Welcome to Indie Insights. My name is Highsight, and this is Vortex Troopers. This game is a 2D arena brawler created by C. Mason. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Alright, so I believe, controller support, there we go. So this game has multiplayer, has single player, and eventually it's supposed to have some kind of a story. But let's just, for right now, we're going to try the deathmatch mode, single player, against some bots. So we have a few maps, looks like the canyon, the docks. So by a few, I mean two. It's got 3 bots in here, kill count at 20. See how it goes. So, what can I say about this game already? Well, aesthetic... Oh, I'm blue. Well, for one thing, I'm blue, apparently. I did not know which one I am, and that almost got me killed really quick. Well, it looks like you can only really seem to shoot left or right. You can't seem to shoot upwards or diagonal or anything. Oh, and I'm dead. That's a little odd, honestly. I would expect to be able to shoot at any angle, but that's it. Just left or right. That seems a little weak, honestly. Is that... and mouse doesn't change that? No. Like, it seems no matter what, left and right. That seems pretty weak, honestly. So, X is your jump button. Reload. How does one reload? That's grenade. Square. Square reloads. So, square reloads, right trigger fires. Control scheme-wise, that's a little funky. There's no automatic reloading. You gotta reload yourself. Alright, now how about getting shot or impacts in general? Well, here's the deal. One thing I notice immediately in terms of controls, and I think we're going to focus on controls a lot for this game, it seems like. So for one, you have limited control of where you can fire. Not inherently bad, but the only options are left or right, right? So why is it that I can move to the right, but not aim to the right? In fact, if I let go of the... Oh no, that's just my stick flicking back. Wow, that sounds like horrible innuendo. But anyway, for whatever reason, if you're moving to the left, you don't aim to the left. And that can be really odd. Like any other 2D platformer, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to expect to face whatever direction you're moving. I kind of get maybe you want to do some backwards strafing or something like that. I do kind of get that. But if your only options are left or right, why do I have to use the right analog stick to actually determine which direction? It seems so counterintuitive to the actual gameplay itself, doesn't it? Let's chuck some grenades. What were the grenade button? There we go. Those grenades. Those grenades look cool. Screen shake's a little over the top for that, I think, but I can't argue with results. So when you get hit, the screen turns crazy red and it's really hard to see. I think that's actually more of a detriment than a helpful indicator, you know? The fact that you're fuzzing up the screen when you get shot really makes it hard to figure out just what's going on at that moment. Health's up. So your health is on the top left of the screen. But guess where you're never going to be looking while you're playing this game? The top left of the screen. Whenever you're playing this game, you're going to be focusing on your character first and foremost. If this game has health in it, which is totally fine, it needs to be more visible. Look at where your character is right now, and pretty much always. Your character is always at the bottom of the screen. So why would you put your health so far away from that? Why would you ever want to make it so your health is so hard to see from anywhere? Really important to know what your health is. Also, I do love those exploding barrels. So definitely get the health and shields like right below you. Right below where you are on the screen. I think that'd be the best place for it. It's a little odd how high up the camera points actually when you think about it. I'm up here, right? I'm on the highest point of the map right now. But I can't see anything below me, which is where all the action's going to happen. There's not anything up there. There's nothing for me to see. So why isn't it more of a centered camera, you know? A little funky in that regard. So it looks like I have a secondary weapon. There we go. Ah, bazooka. Lovely. Let's try out this bazooka, shall we? I just realized it kind of flips. Alright, that's a minor point we're going to talk about. But as for the actual gameplay, well, right now it feels a little bit on the weak side. So we have a one-shot kill weapon. That's always fun times. Never going to argue with that. Who's going to argue with the bazooka? All the corpses. Only the corpses. But you're giving me a super high-powered weapon out the gate. Feels like this is something you'd want to pick up later. Granted, I can not kill myself with it. I totally thought I just killed myself with it, but it looks like I didn't. Works for me. Now, the AI is not super smart right now, and that's fine. This is an alpha, and AI is tough. No denying that. AI is like the hardest aspect of almost any game. AI don't mess around. Oh, hey, there's people down there. Hey, they killed me. Dang. Alright, so let's go ahead and just try to... So this goes to 20, I believe. First to 20. My score's 12 right now. I wonder what everyone else's is. Oh, there we go. Hey, look at that. I'm winning by a lot. So let's go ahead and let's murder some more people. So it's a very quick game, but here's the deal. It's quick but it's not precise, right? I want you to look very carefully at how my character is moving right now. The way my character moves is very low acceleration, right? So let's start off right here. This is like a safe place. So first of all, I slide all over the place. There's like no friction. There's no real way to determine the exact stopping area you want to be. So let's see how long it takes for me to hit top speed. Right about there, I'd say. Right about... Oh, look at that, I slid off. You got to put more friction on. That's super important. Right now, I feel like I'm playing on a hockey rink. But yeah, there's a bit of an acceleration curve, so you can't go to an immediate run. There should be some acceleration. There's no doubt about that. But I feel like the acceleration is way too low. You should be hitting your top speed a lot quicker than this. A lot quicker. Because when you're doing high stakes, fast action like this, it's super important that you're controlling as you'd expect to be controlling. Now, I'm being told that the controls have been fixed recently, so unfortunately, I guess I don't know the exact baseline anymore for the controls. Kind of wish I do. But that's alright, we'll kind of ignore that aspect for right now. Oh, I gotta reload. Another thing I'm noticing is the lack of automatic reload. It's not super obvious when you need to reload, and I understand that there is big flashing text that says reload at the center of your screen, but here's the deal. Look at that text real carefully now. It is white text on a pretty much white background. And although it's flashing, that's probably the only reason I might even notice is because it's flashing, but it's also not really in front of me. Again, I'm mainly going to be focusing right where my character is, which is on the lower half of the screen, lower third of the screen, I should say even. Kind of like an ad. But the point is, that can be fixed not through visual cues, but by audio cues, right? When you fire the last shot of a rocket or something like that, there should be a sound that, like a click or something. Even if you try to attack while you haven't reloaded, you definitely want some kind of a click. A perfect game to look at for this kind of scenario, definitely Duck Game. Duck Game handled this beautifully. It has an obscene number of weapons, all of which they have their own ways of working, which is kind of the coolest part of it. They all work in their own different way. But they are able to convey in similar ways when there's a problem. They all share if you're not able to fire, they all share some kind of a click sound to let you know, hey, you're not good to go. And I just realized, do we all spawn on top of each other? Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. That's going to end poorly. I guess they'll try to kill themselves. I'll just let them enjoy that. Oops, yep, didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do a lot of these things. So then we got all these boxes and everything around here. Now, you could use them for cover, but you really can't use them efficiently for cover because people can walk right through them. And yet they block bullets. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, is it something that can actually be utilized that well? Well, I don't know. I mean, people are just going to charge through you, and as soon as they cross the barrel threshold, that's when everything goes to hell. Then you both will be able to get hit, I guess you could say. We got these exploding barrels. They don't quite kill. Right? I think they'll kill me now. I think I'm low enough. But unless you're at low health, no, I just had two explode next to me. I live fine. They don't quite kill. They just deal a little bit of damage. One thing I got to get used to is apparently reloading. Reloading doesn't always happen when you die. But anyway, these barrels and everything like that, they're movable. Right? They're movable, and you move through them. They feel really odd and out of place right now. Like, look very carefully. All right, let's try to get up here. Look at how I push it for a while, and then eventually it just goes flying. But I could just end up going through it if it's in the right area, right? Look at that. Actually, I kind of pulled it with me. I didn't even want to do that. I don't even know how I did that. Can you jump on them? Well, I guess you don't need to because you jump so high already. Which, holy crap, do you jump high. Which is kind of good, I guess, but it's like an immediate jump. You know, there's no real warm-up to it. You're just like, hey, you're up here now. Ha-ha. Woohoo. Woohoo. So because of that, you can't really accelerate yourself forward in the air much. So you'll have a really high vertical jump, but unless you started running ahead of time, you're not going to get too much in the way of forward momentum. I just dropped 3 barrels down on his head that all exploded. Didn't kill him. Guy's a survivor. All right, but yeah, as for the audio, I would say the audio definitely needs a greater pass, you know? The only sounds that really happen right now, let's listen very carefully. Silence. Right now. There's some gunshot sounds. No sound for picking up health. No jump sounds. What else? No footsteps. I'm trying to think of all the sounds we can get in here. I mean, you could also get some general ambient sounds. I mean, we're on a spaceship station. I'd expect some kind of creaking. There's no music right now. I figure there might be some in the future. There just aren't right now, which, hey, you know, it is what it is. But how about the actual gameplay itself, right? A lot of it is kind of face mashing, right? Look at that. Literally, we fired at each other at the same time and we died. There's not a lot of strategy behind it. And I don't know how you could, in this particular instance, put much strategy behind it, mainly because you can only fire left and right. And that's kind of a big downer for any kind of strategy. Like, if I were up here, I'd want to use my height as a tactical advantage, but I can't. I can't aim downwards. Kind of a waste, really. It seems like you have to give up all tactical ability and just run in there and gun and just cross your fingers, really. Hope that you're the one who gets the final shot off. Or, in most cases, you'll probably just whip out your rocket launcher and kill everybody. Because why wouldn't you? It's one-shot kill versus 50. So, obviously, that's what most people are going to do, is just going to take out their rocket launcher. I guess you have grenades, too. I haven't really utilized them, because you can't use them that well, honestly. They kind of stick to the walls. They go downwards. That's another important point. Grenades go downwards. But you're not looking downwards. You never really can look downwards. And by the time you would probably fire it off, whoever you're trying to get to will probably already have gotten to you because it's so easy to get upwards. It's so easy to close the height gap, the height advantage, I guess. I have no ammo on anything. That's a bad thing. Let's try to fix that. There we go. A little bit of ammo. You don't get ammo back for dying. Ain't no prize for second place. There's some kind of inspirational thing behind that. I'm about to lose anyway, though. Someone's already got 18. Maybe that's 19 now? Nope, 18. Well, we'll see. Maybe I can close the gap real quick. Not if I keep that up. Come on. So, I mean, if you're not playing against bots, I can see it being more interesting because the bots seem to clearly know the best time to shoot at you. And, that's what bots do. Bots are tough like that. You got to make them good, but not too good. Oh, definitely fired in the wrong direction. And there goes the kill. So, yeah, in terms of actual... well, let's try survival mode now. Let's see what the difference is there. Oh, no, not quit. Let's try survival mode. So we have, same levels. We'll go with Doc. I kind of like the Doc better. All right, so now I got a pistol. All right. And he's got a machine gun. Well, I kind of know who was going to win that one. The guy with the machine gun. Maybe oh, and then that's that. Let's try that again. Let's give that another shot. So let's see. What else do I have? Okay, so the pistol was not my primary, or it was my primary weapon, but I do also seem to have a machine gun. And now he had a pistol, so I win. Yay! So it's a wave-based thing. Okay, that's what you mean by survival. So keep going until you die, basically. But you're giving enemies stuff like machine guns. I don't think I'm going to last that long, because in wave-based survival, you kind of need to give the player some kind of an advantage over their enemies. Well, I didn't lose any health there somehow, so good for me. Oh, I'm getting some crazy lag now for some reason. Let's hope that stops. And I need ammo. And I also need this to stop lagging, please. Please stop the lag. I also just realized, where do I see how many grenades I have? Oh, there it is. I see. They're kind of, they're actually pictures. So I have 5 grenades right now that's above my weaponry. They look cool, but they're hard to see because they don't have an outline of any sort that's a different color. Definitely want to get some kind of a white outline around those or something, just so they can always be visible. All right, so I got some ammo. Let's try to make this happen. Yeah, I wish that explosion actually killed him, but... Now, the grenades don't seem to always go out. Like, I pressed the button like 4 times there, and look, didn't even fire one that time. There we go. Come on, kill them both. Didn't even phase them. All right. So there it goes. So this game's definitely still in a very early state, and that's clear. But what I do think is we really need to. This is the best time for us to focus on the actual gameplay, and try to figure out what we can do to make it more engaging. Because right now I just feel like it's not quite there. I feel like there's definitely some missing element that I'm really thinking of. And one of the first ones I would say is, if you're going to make it left-right combat like this, right? If you're going to make it like that, then Duck Game did that, right? Duck Game really doesn't have that many weapons that do anything other than shoot left or right. And one of the reasons that worked for Duck Game was because it was all about who got the drop on who. That was a big aspect of Duck Game. Who is the person who gets the first shot? And the person who gets the first shot is the one who wins, because every gun is a one-hit kill. In this game, getting the first shot off doesn't actually mean you're going to win. Getting the first shot off just means that you're going to deal a little extra damage, unless you have like a rocket launcher or something. You'll just deal a little extra damage. And that doesn't really translate well. That doesn't translate super well. You can only shoot left and right. Now, if you had the ability to utilize your advantage of being higher up. Oh wow, what happened there? Oh, I'm dead. Okay. So I feel like you gotta probably look into less health on your players, right? You need to make the tactical advantage of being the first to shoot very important in this kind of gameplay. Unless you're going to utilize like, different angles, higher mobility, more precise mobility is a big aspect, I think. Just the ability to shoot anywhere other than just left and right would be super vital for that. But yeah, that's what we have so far for Vortex shooters, Vortex troopers. Apologies. It's definitely got a good framework to work around right now, but what it needs is some gameplay tweaks, I feel like. With the right gameplay tweaks, with the right focus on mechanics, this game could definitely become very interesting very quickly. It could be a good multiplayer game. But right now, it's just not quite there yet with the gameplay elements. So keep on plugging away at what could make this game work better. Keep trying to figure out what can make this game more focused on what it's trying to be, which is pretty much a left-right multiplayer splatterfest. Keep it up, buddy.